It is a full day. And of course, our speakers, Commissioner and Elsa, and County Attorney Menifee's not here yet. Maybe I better buzz him. It's really nice.
Morning, Linda. Good morning. How are you, Commissioner?
Menifee. I'm just calling the county attorney. It's always good to have your lawyer around. Okay, so we can start. Okay. I want to thank all of you all for being here today, and we'll speak in this order. I'll make brief comments, I hope, if I can read pretty clearly. Then my colleague, Commissioner Briones, and then County Attorney Menifee. If he's running a little late, he'll come after Elsa Flores, President of SEIU, Linda Morales, President of Gulf Coast AFL, CIO, Palomo Medina, Unite, Tevin English, Workers Defense, Kara Levy, Chair of the Harris County Essential Workers Board, and I don't think I'll have to close out, but we'll just let you go to questions, so anybody you want to ask. I first want to thank my staff and Commissioner Briones' staff, who took the lead working together hand in hand, getting this done with a lot of pressure from the advocacy groups, but it's a great day. 4 key points I want you to remember, and then I'll go into my prepared comments. 1, making a living means making a living wage. 2, everyone deserves a life of dignity, not just the top 1%. Number 3, we ought to close the racial wealth gap now. Number 4, strong wages build strong communities. Because when you do wages for people at this level, they reinvest it in the economy. Those who are fortunate enough to be in the top 1%, save it. They don't reinvest it in the community. They put it in the stock market. I want to thank everybody for being here. I'm thrilled to stand alongside my colleague, Commissioner Briones, County Commissioner, County Attorney Christian Menifee, and labor advocacy groups who are here with us to announce a new living wage policy being proposed for Harris County. Today, we have an opportunity to make history. If this item is approved, this policy will raise the minimum wage to $21.65 an hour for workers on county contracted jobs and $20 an hour for county employees. We're fighting for this policy because for far too long, hardworking families have powered our economy but been denied a living wage. Everyone deserves a life of dignity, not just billionaires like Elon Musk who keep getting richer while working families struggle to put food on the table. As Dr. Martin Luther King said, what good does it do to be able to sit at the counter if you can't afford the meal? This policy is a continuation of that fight that Dr. King led, and so many other civil rights leaders and labor leaders who worked with him. The fight for good jobs and fair wages is a fight not just for economic justice, but also for racial equality. A fair wage is not generosity. I want to say that again. A fair wage is not generosity. It is justice for all who have been excluded from the opportunity that many of us have experienced. Historically qualified women and Black and Latino workers have been denied good jobs. Today, it's the same old story. Of the nearly 2 million workers in Texas, of the low-paying jobs, more than 1.25 million are women. Nationally, 40% of women earn less than $15 an hour. And half of working women of color earn far less than that $15. Indigenous, Black, and Hispanic workers power our economy, but are disproportionately underpaid for their labor. This injustice must end. Workers here in Harris County are counting on us to lead the way, despite federal layoffs, hiring freezes, and the state's refusal to raise wages. Harris County is here to support our workforce. We're not backing down while people are struggling. We have a chance to be able to be on the right side of history, and I hope my colleagues, all of us, will support this item today. I know you're going to ask later, so I'll tell you. The cost is about $5.1 million. Sophie, Erica, am I right? 5.1 to 5.6 million for the county. $5.4 million. With that, we're going to go in order. I do have to bring up my colleague because her support was just so invaluable on this. The greatest county commissioner in her precinct, Commissioner Leslie Briones.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. First, can we please thank Commissioner Ellis and all of the Precinct 1 team members for their leadership, and all of my amazing Precinct 4 team members. It is the honor of my life to work alongside you and learn from you. And to all of our labor leaders who are standing here today, who have been on the front lines of the fight, thank you. And to our County Attorney, Kristen Menefee, who we'll hear from shortly. Today is a day where we will be advancing opportunity and justice in Harris County. We all know that we have an affordability crisis in this country. We should not have workers having to work multiple jobs to be able to make ends meet for them and their families. We should not have hardworking men and women working for Harris County who struggle to buy groceries. This is unjust and unacceptable, and today at Commissioner's Court, I look forward to us passing this change, both for our county employees as well as contract employees. These are the people who are cleaning our buildings, working overnight. These are the individuals mowing your parks. These are the individuals who show up after a hurricane, who are cleaning your roads. We know that good jobs equals a strong community. And today we are making progress in Harris County. And Harris County is one of the largest employers in Harris County. So as one of the largest employers, we want to be an example for employers across the region. The poverty rates here in Harris County are higher than the national average. Harris County has a 16% poverty rate, which is approximately 4 points higher than the national average. In a land of such prosperity, this should not be the case. And today we're taking action to drive that change. And we prepared. We were responsible in setting aside money in this fiscal year budget to account for pay equity issues. And so as stewards of taxpayer dollars, it is incumbent on us to do right by the men and women who are working to serve our taxpayers day in and day out. And this is about progress so that we all can be addressing the affordability crisis in a way that reinvests and strengthens our community. Very briefly in Spanish. Buenos días a todos, soy Leslie Briones, la comisionada del Precinto 4. Primeramente, quiero dar las gracias al comisionado Rodney Ellis, el Precinto 1, su equipo, mi equipo, todos los líderes aquí que estamos de los sindicatos. Muchísimas gracias por estar ahí en la lucha por décadas. Muchísimas gracias. Y también al fiscal del condado Harris, Kristen Menefee, y todos los líderes aquí. El condado Harris es uno de los mayores empleadores de la región, con más de 20,000 puestos de trabajo. Pero la tasa de pobreza del condado es 16%, 4 puntos más alta que el promedio nacional. Ningún trabajador debería vivir así en un lugar tan próspero. Hoy, en la Corte de Comisionados, proponemos subir los salarios de los empleados y contratistas en esta manera. $20 la hora para los empleados del condado y 21.65 la hora por los contratistas. Porque los siguientes trabajadores son nuestro pilar del condado y nuestra sociedad. Personal de limpieza que trabaja toda la noche, personal de parques y espacios públicos, los centros comunitarios, trabajadores de construcción, los trabajadores que están mejorando las calles para que podamos llegar al trabajo en una manera segura. Todas estas personas están sirviendo a nuestra comunidad, incluso en estos periodos difíciles como huracanes, derechos. Así seremos el primer condado grande en el estado de Texas en adoptar una política de salario digno para los contratistas. La canción del cambio está con nosotros. Aprobar esta propuesta es una victoria para las familias trabajadoras y un mensaje para los empleadores en toda la región, porque estamos comprometidos con la igualdad y la justicia para todos. Sigamos avanzando juntos y aquí en el condado Jerez vamos a continuar la lucha para salarios dignos, para la igualdad y la justicia. Siempre adelante. Gracias.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Christian Menifee. I'm the Harris County Attorney. I want to start with saying thank you to Commissioner Ellis and to Commissioner Briones for their leadership. Many of you may not know, but the first time this came around was in 2019 before I took office. And it's the leadership of the folks on Commissioner's Court that ensured that we're here today. I want to say thank you to each and every one of our friends in labor who have been friends and partners and collaborators, and they've called and they've texted and they've emailed and they've made sure that we got to this momentous occasion today. There was an obstacle the first time that we came to this issue, and it was that folks in the county attorney's office didn't believe that you could get over the legal obstacles in order to ensure that we would have economic fairness and a livable wage for people who work in Harris County government. I want to be clear. Under the county attorney's office, right now, what we believe is not a single person working in Harris County government or with Harris County government should struggle to make ends meet. Not a single person should struggle to buy groceries. Not a single person should struggle to put gas in their car. And that's why we've worked so hard to clear the legal obstacles so that we could get here today. The more and more I talk to people across the county about this policy, what I hear is every single person in this county pretty much wants three things. They want to be able to provide for their family. They want to be able to put their kids in a better situation than they were in. And they want to be able to have a little fun, to have a little bit of money left over to have some fun after all. I believe that this is the clearest version of the American dream. And what we're doing today ensures that people who work for the county can provide for themselves, can put their family in a better situation, and can enjoy our county and our country. So I'm very, very grateful to have been a part of this. I'm grateful to all of the folks who make county government work, and we'll keep doing every single thing we can in the county attorney's office to make sure that everybody has a livable wage. I want to close with saying thank you to a very special lawyer in my office, Neil Sarkar. He was the chief lawyer who worked on this. I see everybody nodding their heads. You know, you get typically smart lawyers get a bad rap, but Neil has put his hard work, his intellect, his courageousness towards this effort, and I'm so grateful for him. So thank you to everybody who made this happen, and let's keep doing everything that we can for working families here in Harris County.
Ooh. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for making it, even though, you know, we have a little bit of bad weather, but I think this is so important that I see a lot of my friends, a lot of my coworkers, a lot of my union family here and my community family here, and I just really appreciate you guys being here on this historic day. We are literally one vote away from making history in Harris County, making history for our communities, making history for our barrios, right? Because what's going to happen here today, when we get this bill, not if we get this policy passed, but when we get the policy passed, it's going to be meaningful for thousands and thousands of workers and their family, right? And as Commissioner Ellis says, this is not something that's going to go and be spent somewhere else. It's going to be spent right here in this county, which is just going to support the economic engine that we need to continue to do things like what we're doing here today. So again, I just want to remind us that, you know, for our members, for workers in general, whether you're part of the union or you're not, this is going to be helpful so that people can pay their rent, insurance bills, groceries, medications, and frankly, just be able to to take care of themselves and their family without hopefully having to work 2 or 3 jobs. A lot of folks will say, well, didn't you ask for 15? Well, frankly, 15 is no longer enough. If you're living in this county, you know that 15 is no longer enough. And Harris County has taken a huge step forward to make sure that workers at some point are able to take care of themselves and their family with dignity and respect. Our hope is that we can at some day say we got to $25 an hour. And I'm gonna be really honest with you. My goal as a labor leader is I wanna get to $25 an hour by 2030. And I'm not going to stop coming here or any other place to demand that. Because what we're doing, getting to $21.65, is just the average of what someone needs who only has themselves to take care of. So we're not even getting to the families that have more, 2 or 3 children. But I'm not putting it down, guys, because it is a step in the right direction. And it was only happening because of the leadership of Commissioner Ellis and Briones and every other commissioner that's going to vote yes today. So I encourage that vote because it is meaningful for every voter here in this county. And it's going to show that you don't just care about making things right for the top, but you're also taking care of the people that have been left at the bottom. So with that, I want to pass it to my friend and ally, Linda Morales.
Good day, buen dia. I'm Linda Morales, representing the Gulf Coast Area Labor Federation of the AFL-CIO. We represent workers in the public sector, manufacturing, the building and construction trades, transportation of people and goods, and the hospitality and other service industries. Thank you for the opportunity to speak here on agenda item 462. Thank you to Commissioner Briones, Commissioner Ellis for the leadership on this, and the other ones who will vote on it as well. And thank you to our county attorney, Christian Menefee, for your leadership. And Neil Sakar, he's the best. When the Fight for 15 campaign began over a decade ago, it was a step forward, but it was never a true living wage. Raising the wages that this court is considering plays a crucial role in supporting working families by ensuring that they can meet essential needs such as childcare, clothing, and food. When workers earn a higher wage, they're better equipped to provide for their children, reducing financial stress and improving the overall quality of life. Cuando los trabajadores ganan un salario más alto, están mejor preparados para mantener a sus hijos. When families have more disposable income, they spend more on local businesses. Cuando las familias disponen de mayores ingresos, inviertan más en negocios locales. By raising wages, fewer families need public assistance, reducing the burden on taxpayers and allowing government resources to be allocated elsewhere. Al aumentar los salarios, menos familias necesitan ayuda pública. Higher wages have a ripple effect that strengthens families, businesses, and the economy as a whole. By ensuring workers earn enough, we create a more stable and prosperous society where everyone benefits. $15 an hour was a goal 10 years ago, but it's not a solution today. $15 la hora era una meta hace 10 años, pero hoy no es la solución. Thank you for this conversation. Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is what strong communities look like. My name is Tevin English. I'm a member of the policy team with Workers Defense. Our organization advocates for the rights and dignity of immigrant workers across the state. Our members work in construction, hospitality, domestic workers, and other industries. Advocates in other industries that advocate throughout the state of Texas. We want workers in Harris County to be safe and prepared for the job. We also want workers to be able to support themselves and their families. Today, Harris County, through the leadership of the commissioners, Commissioner Ellis and Commissioner Briones, and County Attorney Menefee, has the opportunity to take a big step in making that possible for its workers. We are proud to support this living wage initiative presented here today. And we thank Commissioner Ellis and Briones and their staff for not only including us, but our labor and community allies in the feedback process that has led to this day. And we look forward to continuing to work with these leaders to improve standards for our workers. Our hope is that the county can continue pushing the needle forward, not only for our members who work throughout the county, but for all impacted workers in Harris County. This is what strong communities look like. Thank you.
Somebody from Unite? Somebody here from Unite? I know it's hard to remember all of it.
I'm sorry.
I know it's hard to remember which one to go in. We're glad to have you.
Good morning, everybody. Hola, muy buenos días a todos. Mi nombre es Paloma Medina, originaria del Paso, Texas. Orgullosamente miembro de la Unión Unite Here Local 23. Tengo 2 años viviendo aquí en Harris County. Vine a esta ciudad para mejores oportunidades y un futuro estable, pero pronto me di cuenta que los salarios aquí no son mejor que en mi ciudad. Yo he enfrentado un gran reto para cumplir mi meta de pagar mis facturas y ahorrar dinero y comprar un carro. Mis compañeras y yo nos unimos para exigir mejores salarios y más respeto hacia nosotras en nuestro trabajo como recamareras. Haciendo esto, logramos ganar un contrato de unión este año pasado. Estamos ganando mejores sueldos y aumentos, pero el costo de vida sigue aumentando cada año. Un solo trabajo debe ser suficiente para vivir una vida decente. Si el condado de Harris aumentara el salario mínimo, nos ayudaría a mí y a mis compañeras, y no solamente a nosotras, a familias trabajadoras, a poder cumplir nuestros sueños y nuestras metas que teníamos en mente llegando a esta ciudad. Gracias.
Unite. Now, Kara. Welcome, Kara. Glad to have you. Madam Chair.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning. Yeah. Okay. The minimum wage policy is very important to workers across the county. In a time when economic impacts are
You got it.
at a time when the economy and inflation are affecting everyone's bottom line, the minimum wage policy would help where families are struggling to pay rent, they're struggling to pay for childcare, as I am myself. The minimum wage policy, this will be the biggest in the country. I'm sorry.
You're doing well.
Um,
All these lights make me nervous. Look at me, I'm sweating.
With the passing of this policy, it would help many of the community start to focus on things that matter. I personally, when I was afforded the opportunity to make a living wage, I was able to go out and have fun, do extra things for my kids. My kids were able to play sports. Things that the poverty level, people living with below the poverty level, this is something brand new to them. When they're afforded the ability to afford things, they can stay out of crime. Working with some of our community partners and seeing some of the programs that they've done where they have afforded our youth opportunities to make $19 an hour. Their youth are not out committing crimes. They're able to see a future. One story that touched me that really pushes for the minimum wage policy, a gentleman went through, got a trade. He's able to make the minimum wage. He unfortunately lost his life, but because of him being able to make a living wage and be afforded benefits, he was able to leave behind a life insurance policy for his kids. This is something that is very important that we need now, and it can't wait.
Good job, good job. That was Kara Leverett, Chair of the Harris County Essential Workers Board. Look, in the package we gave you, there are a couple of sheets that'll be very important to you. I'm just going to mention it briefly so you remember. The wage hour for contracted workers will be $21.65 an hour. That's $45,032 annually for a full-time worker. The timeline for implementation must include in all new solicitations after or beginning July the 1st, 2025. The future wage methodology for both our workers and contract workers will be tied to the MIT Living Wage Calculator. And we put it online. It's in our background what goes in that calculator. So thank you, County Attorney, again. I'd forgotten that I came up with this and couldn't get it through legal back then. Although many other counties in Texas do it, including Dallas. So this is pretty much the Dallas model. Now, Commissioner Briones and I will answer any questions, or we'll take them individually, but you do want to let us get ready for court. Any questions? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Y'all did a great job. Particularly the three who don't speak all of the time. You know, it was nice and cold in this room when I walked in here early this morning. 150 people getting in. It gets a little hot. Any questions? Yes, yes. You want me to do it in Spanish?
Juntos
luck.
podemos.
Mi pregunta es, ¿qué depende de que se apruebe este aumento en el salario el día de hoy? ¿A quiénes va a ir dirigido? Y si se aprueba, ¿cuándo ya entraría en vigor?
Sí. Bueno, hoy en la Corte de Comisionados, ojalá hoy vamos a aprobar un aumento de los salarios. Sabemos que el costo de vida es subido, es tan difícil para nuestras familias. El condado Jerez es uno de los empleadores más grandes en todo el condado. Así que queremos ser líderes en ayudando a las familias trabajadoras. Hay dos partes de esto. Proponemos subir los salarios de los empleados y las contratistas, $20 la hora para los empleados del condado y 21.65 la hora para las contratistas. Y estos trabajadores son el pilar del condado. Por ejemplo, personal de limpieza que trabaja toda la noche, personal de parques, trabajadores de construcción que está ayudando y mejorando la infraestructura del condado. Y estas personas están trabajando todo el tiempo para nuestra comunidad, incluso cuando hay un huracán, siempre están ahí ayudando a nuestra comunidad. Y aquí en el condado tenemos un nivel de pobreza más alto que el promedio nacional. Aquí en el condado Jerez, la tasa de pobreza es 16%, 4 puntos más alta que el promedio de la nación. Así que hoy mismo, en el condado Jerez, vamos a estar luchando para las familias trabajadoras y vamos a aumentar para tener un salario digno, porque las familias no deben trabajar varios trabajos, 2, 3 trabajos para pagar la renta, para comprar alimentos. Eso no es justo. En esta nación tan próspera, no es justo. Aquí en el condado Jerez estamos luchando para cambiar y mejorar las cosas.
Si se aprueba hoy, ¿cuándo entra en vigencia? O sea, ¿cuándo ya podrían tener los trabajadores ese aumento?
Sí, bueno, para los empleados, Gabriela, es en abril, ¿verdad? Para los empleados del condado en abril. Para los contratistas es en julio. Así que muy pronto, muy pronto. Sí.
Any others? So we go in at 10. Commissioner Briones and I can only talk to each other. We've used our chit. So thank all of you all. Go get the other 3 votes. All right. Thank you. Hold on. Can you get us all up? I can stand behind somebody. I'm a little taller.